Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Just want to quickly update here about Cardano because it did retrace a little bit. In the last video I told you we need to get a little bit of a retracement in, but it's nothing significant actually. It's not retracing too much, but what it did, it obviously broke above that previous swing high here at $1.11. Yeah, as you can see here on the chart, that one here broke above that and is now, I think, retesting that one from above. So if I draw a horizontal trend line exactly at that high, you can see that the price did come down, retested it quite quite strongly. You can see actually quite a bit of a wick to the downside, which indicates that within that 4-hour candle the price did come down all the way to that $1.11 level, and it was all bought up again. And the price then started to rise, but now we see quite a long pin bar to the upside. So I think it's consolidating a little bit now. Now that could mean different things. That could start to become a bullish flag. Yeah, just a bit of sideways movement. I think that was needed. We talked about that in the last video because Cardano was just, or still is, on the 4-hour chart overbought. So I wouldn't be surprised if it drops a little bit lower. Wouldn't be surprised if it even drops down below $1.11. I mean, if we take a look at the VPVR indicator, you can see that this is that $1.11 actually where support starts. So there's a big support zone below that here on the VPVR, ranging all the way down to $1.06, yeah, maybe even a little bit lower. But the main peak here is between $1.10 and $1.07. So I would not be surprised if we get down to that level and find support there, because we're quite a lot extended away now from the EMA ribbon as well. Here the 4-hour EMA ribbon quite far away from the 8-hour EMA ribbon, and all of that is giving support. So the more you extend away from these EMAs, the further you can fall as well. I mean, here on the daily EMA ribbon, Cardano has been moving strongly above that as well, quite far away from that EMA ribbon on the daily as well, the Cardano price. So yeah, a retracement would be healthy, okay? Just saying that. So pretty much still waiting for that. I mean, the next main resistance would be at around $1.26. I'd like to see some retracement because the current move up doesn't really have a lot of structure. It's basically just going up. There isn't, what you need to also build new highs is you need you up and down, you need to build new support levels and so on, and you want to develop that. You want to have some setbacks, otherwise the indicators get very much overheated, and now you can see the 4-hour RSI is very much overheated. The 1-hour is already coming down a little bit because of that retracement down, and again you can see how Cardano found support in that 1-hour EMA ribbon here with that drop that came all the way from $1.19 where the price was rejected, all the way down to $1.11. Okay, so however, the drop that is happening or that happened is not very strong. It's a good first step to develop a little bit of a structure here. I think Cardano currently, how it's looking, it can certainly move higher, but as I told you before, what I'm not really a friend of is this sort of structureless price increase. I would have loved to see some setbacks, would have loved to see some support levels being redefined. And for now, this all still looks fairly corrective to me. I told you that in the last video. It's still holding very, very well. And we have a good sign. And it doesn't mean it couldn't go to new all-time highs from here. I mean, it could, theoretically. You know, we see here on the 4-day chart, such a huge green candle we haven't seen for a while, and it's doing exactly the same thing for now as it did down here when it moved up in July. So we also have a very, very strong candle here on the 4-day chart. So from here it can certainly move up higher, but it needs to get these levels redefined. And again, there would always be another setback, but I still expect the price to come down once more, even lower. And just as long as we don't have a first 5-wave structure to the upside, I just have to assume that. We also had a crazy move up here back in January where we moved all the way up to 160 or 163. And that is exactly the level, the 163 level, where I would like the price to go above in order to be much more confident that the low is already in. Unfortunately, I think we have to wait for that level, and I would like to see a first 5-wave structure to the upside. Now, we haven't seen that yet, so yeah, remain skeptical of that current price increase. We also just had too many fake outs before, so yeah, let's take a look here again once more on the 4-hour chart. I think Cardano has a good chance, but it needs to hold obviously that $1.11 level. And then the next major target would be that 126, 127 level. That is here that previous high, but it is also, it's not only that previous high. We're also talking here about Fib levels. That's the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. That would be the next step on the ladder that Cardano would need to climb. But I think it's going to come down a little bit, or it already came down to 111. Maybe it's going to hold that, but if it holds that, it just needs to move sideways a little bit and bring those indicators down. I mean, we had defined here this ascending trend line as well. You can see it down here when the price started to move up. This is what guided, the trend line guided that, yeah. And of course, it would be possible to get a pullback to such a trend line here, for example, and then continue to move up from here. It would be healthier to move sideways a little bit or very slightly down instead of just crashing down again very strongly. So what I don't want to see in terms of upside is to have something strong down here and then start to move up. What I'd like to see is something which looks then a little bit more corrective like that, where you then go up again. Yeah, that would be healthy. That would be what I would want to see. Yeah, just really wanted to update you quickly about Cardano. Not too much has happened. Still on track for the uptrend, to be honest. At the moment, at least, yeah, not necessarily a sustainable uptrend, but we see a first uptrend here starting. And as long as we are above this ascending trend line, I think we can make it higher. And now we need a little bit of a recovery of those indicators. Okay, that's my view here. I'll update you later if anything significant happens on the Cardano chart. And yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.